This is Laurie of Laurie's Little Studio. We've moved into the new house. Bama is sitting here gazing out the window at the top of the stairs. It's a view that he enjoys on a regular basis. There are 3 huge cedars outside that window, which is why we named it 3 cedars. But then we realized that this one right here is a smaller cedar, so we decided to call it 3.5 cedars because there are actually 3 very large cedar trees. The reflection is hiding the 3rd one, which is over that way. So the name of our farm is 3.5 cedars, and Bama likes to sit here and watch the bunnies and all the other wildlife. There are birds and rabbits and occasional cats that like to wander across. We have a little creek right on the other side of the cedars there. But my main goal today is to bring you up to speed on that room right there. That's the new studio. And we just measured today for shelves to go in that closet. And in case you haven't noticed, I'm using my phone instead of my camera because my camera is somewhere. Sorry about Bama barking. He probably sees some wildlife. My camera is somewhere in all of this jumbly, crumbly. Ah, there it is. Right there. That's Big Beast. I have no idea where Little Beast is. My Canon DSLR. I don't know what happened to it. It's in a box. There are boxes. There are half unpacked things in this room. I have overhead lighting, which is something I did not have in the other studio, but I'm hoping that the overhead lighting will help with filming. But we are going to, I just threw these shelves in here thinking I was going to unpack and then realized that's not going to work at all. So my husband Chuck has measured the length of this closet. We'll probably end up removing these doors. That just works better for me. And we'll be using melamine shelving units, the type you can get at Home Depot or Lowe's or any of the other big box stores that I am not affiliated with. They're just where we happen to shop for that type of thing. So the shelving will be the melamine, and then right across the top at about a foot below where the ceiling is 7 feet from the carpeted floor all the way up the 7 feet, and a foot down from that ceiling I'm going to put a wood shelf which will have brackets, not like this bracket but just a regular L bracket, so I won't have anything protruding. Actually, we determined we don't need the L bracket because the shelving, the melamine shelving unit will have a piece that will support the wooden shelf that will be going across the top. But you guys, I'm telling you right now, this disarray it's getting to me. I ended up buying a crochet project that will be here next Wednesday for me to work on because, I mean, there sits George, my Bernina. The other sewing machine is, I think, out in the garage, which is so bad for it because it's been getting down to 22 degrees at night. I don't even know if it's going to forgive me for that. But, I mean, it's a fairly decent sized room, and I believe with some careful planning and removing the closet doors and building in those shelves, I will have plenty of room I will be reinstalling these down here. And of course, the little corner shelf will be back in the studio. I had used it in my bedroom in the other house, but I think we're good for in there. And I'm just getting so excited because as soon as I can start creating again, it's really hard on somebody who wants to sew or paint or craft, and it just kind of comes, you know, to a screeching halt in the midst of a move. But it is what it is, and I'm hoping for bigger and better. I'm going to try to show you the property that we have. We have just slightly under 5 acres, and there is a good possibility. I can't really get to the window. I've got all these, that's part of the boom for my camera right there. Oh. Anyway, out there, so there is some ice left from this morning. Today is October the 28th of 2023, and it is getting cold at night. But where you see the sun out there, the green grass that's struggling along in the frozen tundra of the Pacific Northwest. We live in Washington State, and we're on the western side. We're now in Lake Stevens. We used to be in Mukilteo, but we're now in Lake Stevens, close to Lake Cassidy. And that's where our garden is going to go. We have a little bit of clearing to do around the edges where the trees are. There's some scrubs that need to be trimmed back or removed altogether. And that play set right there is going to be converted into a chicken coop eventually. I took down the swings and hung up bird feeders because it's cold outside, and I have always wanted to make sure that the poor birds can find food. I'm sure they can. I can't help myself. And if I ever see a bear, I will remove them. But so far, so good. We have some really tall trees that are cut off by the roof of the house. Can't really see all the way up to the top. So there's that. And the backs, we're on the back of the house. So the other 3 bedrooms upstairs, which, sorry about the blank space there. This is the guest room. We're still unpacking in here. And there's a willow tree on the outside of that window. And we'll come down the hall. That's the living room. There's the grand piano. There's another giant window. Bama likes to sit on the back of the couch and look out. And this is what will become my bedroom once it has been cleaned up and tidied. And I've ordered a 4-poster bed that will be here next month. There's that view again. There's the full meal deal. There's a squirrel back in the backyard. He just hopped into I think an apple tree. That right there is an apple tree, and there's one just on the other side of the red oak. But anyway, the yellow slide and the little freestanding slide and the section where the swing set portion is will all come down, and we're just going to use the little, what I call the house, and we're going to redo it to accommodate chickens, and we'll fence that whole little plat in and make it safe. And I plan to plant all around the outer edges. I'll probably have a climbing rose, some grasses, maybe a few vegetable type plants so I can feed the chickens all through the year. We'll see how that works. Those are my plans, but you know how those things go. There's the willow tree. I don't know if you can see, there's a building on the other side of where the scrub is. You can kind of see it. Let's see if I can get it right in there. That is an equine center, and it is so nice to hear horses. But the horses occasionally whinny, and you can hear people feeding and riding and having a great time. Maybe when the trees defoliate between our property and that property, we'll be able to see it a little bit better. But the people that we bought this house from used to utilize the manure for their garden, which they had out in this grassy area, which is where we're planning to plant our it's decided not to focus now. Okay, there we go. Where we plan to plant our big, huge garden. And this is kind of a bumped out little bay window area right here. And at some point I'm hoping that I can build like a little window seat. I might make that a video. We'll see. So that will be fun. And then the floors are squeaky, but I love squeaky farmhouse floors. Then over here on this rail, we have the den and our wood stove. And it's a massively high ceiling all the way down. And there's the deck back there. So like I said, I'm still unpacking. It's a slow process. And I know this video has got to be annoying. There's the front door, the entryway. And there's Harley enjoying the sun. You can see we don't have our pictures or mirrors rehung. What you doing, Harley? Are you enjoying a sunbeam? Harley is 13. He's feeling the cold. Anyway, I just wanted to bring you guys up to date. I know it's been a minute since I've done a video, and it's been kind of bothering me for sure. And I will try my best to get this room set up. It's probably going to be a work in progress. I'm sure you know how that goes. If you've ever moved, it can be the most trying experience. I get impatient. I want things to be done perfect. And then I can't, because if you do it in a hurry, then you just end up putting stuff somewhere and then you can't find what you need. So it's a slow process to unpack and put things where they need to go. And that's where I am right now. Plus I've got to get my camera set up and make sure my lighting is right, because if it isn't, I'll have to add some lighting or at least change the wattage of those light bulbs. But anyway, I've missed you very much, and I hope that you're having a great October. Be safe on Halloween if you celebrate Halloween. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!